Hey my lovers, as you see by today's title, I am doing a wig install over my locks. My mom was in a rush to try to leave because she said she was already late. So when I got to the hair salon that she works at, she was just like, hurry up. So she kind of rushed it so they don't look the best. I ain't gonna lie to you, but if you talk about how nappy my hair is, you anti-black. Because the last time I got a retwist, I'm gonna say like March or April, baby. It's June, so not too much. But we really finna get straight into the video. I ain't really finna do no talking. I'm gonna do a voiceover for the rest of the video. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoy. Glue we'll be using today called Meltdown. I got it from the beauty supply store because I can't keep using Ghost Bond because it makes my skin break out. But off camera, I cut the holes in the side of my ears, and now we're going to apply a thin layer. I know in this video it's not a thin layer, but that's because I didn't know how loose the glue was. This is my first time using the glue. So we're going to apply that around your hairline, not on your hairline, in front of it. So it should be your hairline, a little space, and then the glue. Apply a thin layer. You're going to smooth it. You see my little comb? I left my popsicle sticks at home, so I had these little comb that I got from like my scissors to smooth it. But I advise you to use a popsicle stick or something flat because you will have like chunks in your lace that will be a little white and some will be clear. Me, I know how to fix all that, so it doesn't really matter to me. But for beginners, I would say use something flat so you can apply and make it an even layer around. Also, with the layers that's on my comb, I kind of try to go back and spread it to where like I feel like it's not a lot of glue at, that it can be more glue. So that's what you keep seeing me flip the comb and keep switching from side to side. After that, you're going to take your blow dryer, because I'm not going to sit there and let it dry all the way till it's clear. We're going to be sitting there forever. So we're going to get that blow dryer and we're going to speed up the process with that blow dryer. I switched the heats in between cool and hot, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, that blow dryer was so hot. It burnt a little bit of my eyelashes, and I didn't know until the next day when I woke up and I was washing my face. And I was so sad because I just had my lashes done the day before doing my hair. Like, y'all, that hurt for real. But yeah, you're just gonna do it until it turns clear. It's not gonna get all the way clear because you don't really want it 100% clear, because then it's not gonna be tacky. You need that glue tacky where like you chewing some bubble gum, you can stick it to the wall and it ain't gonna fall off. You feel me? Not too dry, because it ain't gonna stick, it ain't gonna be mad. You feel me? Now we're gonna take this little olive oil spray. It's almost like Got to Be or Eben. You can use whatever you want to use. It don't have to be what I use. These are the products that I use. I be trying to save money. I got that little spray at my school. The little ORS girls gave us free products. So look, I took it, and it's good though. So if y'all want to use it, y'all should. But I take the spray, put it on my finger. I put a little wet amount, like you can see it on my finger, and I dab it in. So you know how like if you add too much of something, like if it's too sweet or too salty, you add a little water to fix it. The glue is what's gonna fix the little spray is what's gonna fix the glue, to kind of like help make it not white as more. Like that's why I just use that scenario. Like if you got something too sweet, too salty, you add a little water and it kind of like fix it a little bit and make it just right. That's what the glue do. But I really don't care, because again, I told you I can fix the white stuff, but that's what the bottle looks like. And yeah, then you're gonna go back again and use your blow dryer, because that's why y'all wigs be messed up all chunky and it be coming off on the lace, because y'all don't let it dry. When it comes down to doing wigs, it's something that you gotta be 100% patient with, especially as a beginner. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't no wig enthusiast, so I can't get no wig on in an hour, 50-some minutes, 30 minutes. I'm not one of them girlies. It take me a cool 2 to 3 hours because I like to take my time and perfect my craft. Because again, this is my head. I spend my money on this wig. This ain't no paid promotion, ain't no wig influence or nothing. So I'm gonna make sure it's done right. You feel me? I ain't with all that wasting money and walking around looking like a chicken head, because some of y'all do. After that dries, we're gonna take our cap and we're gonna split it down the middle. Now, y'all, I only can use my right hand when I'm doing my wigs, for real. I'm not ambidextrous, so one side be looking better than the other. I be like really trying to focus. If you want to use a razor comb, you can use a razor comb, but you need to cut as close as possible to your skin. Don't cut yourself, but cut as close as possible to your skin. As close as possible. Always take your time and be patient, because y'all, you want to look good, don't you? You want to look like it's your hair is coming out your scalp. You gotta take your time. Now, I did this side on camera, but the other side, again, I did it off camera because that needed a little more attention than my right side. But you see how it looks? Like, it looks good, and it don't got no makeup on it or nothing. But you see how flat it is? Ain't nothing lifting, ain't nothing coming up, no extra, no excess, no nothing. Now, to get rid of that little string in the back, I just tighten a knot. I tuck it underneath the cap, and it kind of look like you just put a quick weave cap on. Boom. You ain't gotta worry about cutting it, doing all the extra stuff. It just goes perfectly. So I got this brush from the beauty supply store, but it really wasn't working. I had to use my old reliable, but that motherfucker broke. But basically, you're gonna take the brush, put it in your makeup that you use, whatever you want to use. I always get a shade darker. I use Ruby Kisses 14, and I apply it. I kind of try to blow my brush so the makeup won't go into my hair, because I don't like that. Because what if I wanted two styles? What if I had some braids underneath, then my wig, I go out of town, my wig get old, now I got another hairstyle? That's my little old reliable brush. But I take the wig off, and then I got makeup on my braids. I'm gonna be so upset because now I look crazy and I'm out of town. Whew. And I'm saying that because I done had the experience and I was so mad. But you just gonna pat your makeup all the way into your lace. You can see some of the glue on it, but that's why I said apply a thin layer. But again, I didn't have no thin layer. Now you're gonna take whatever glue you want to use. If you want to use different glue, same glue that you did your wig cap with, it doesn't really matter. And you're gonna apply it like directly on the line that you cut. Like, so it's your skin, the little lace cap line, and then the little lace cap. You're gonna put it right on the line because you're gonna smear it. I do 3 layers. You can do 2. I do 3 layers because I try to have my wigs on for a week. If you don't plan on having your wigs on for a week, trust me, you can just do 2. The glue still works the same. Here we go with this little comb again. I had to clean that comb off so many times. It just kept getting so sticky because of that glue. So little. Please get y'all some popsicle sticks or like a comb with a little flat base or whatever you want to call it. I had a little brush, but it was dirty and I left it at home and I didn't feel like cleaning it. That was my first layer. While my first layer is drying, I went and I put my wig on and I kind of section my wig by the lace. You're finna see what I'm saying. So what I do is I cut by my eyebrows diagonally and I make it 3 sections. So we have a section on my left side, we have our middle section, and then we have our right section because it's easier to apply. I'm not one of those girlies that can apply the wig on just like how it is with no slits in it. I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning. If you go back and look at my other videos, you can see like, okay, she has been growing. Like, I get better every time I do my wig. And all it takes is practice. Practice. Don't give up on yourself. Perfect your own craft. Like, do it because you want to do it, not because somebody else doing it. But cut right before the hairs come out the lace. Then you'll be good. You see the little 3 spots? And that's what it looks like. Boom. Don't mind my lace. I try to pay somebody to pluck my lace and they fucked it up. And I don't even want to talk about it. But you see how that glue kind of like white? Just wait. It's going to go clear. But now we're going to install the wig because I already put the 3 layers on. We're going to use the little band that comes with the wig, and we're going to use the little, it's like a little brown drawstring, little small cleanup. We're going to use that as well. So I just put the band in the back, and then I don't like that little gap where that space be in the wig. My head's small, So I pull the string to the other side. I just clamp only one. Just clamp one to the other side so it can kind of fit tight. I do that before I apply the lace, because if you try to put the lace on and then take the string off, you'll have that little wrinkle in the lace, and it also means that the lace is too big in which you didn't cut. Now we're gonna get into cutting around your ears, so that's where that wrinkle comes in. The lace is probably not cut all the way or cut good enough, so now you got that wrinkle, or it was probably too tight, then you loosened the wig, now you got that wrinkle, whatever the case may be. This is another thing that you need to take your time on. I had to keep making sure my line was A1 day one straight to the T. I don't care how long it take you, but that thing should fit perfectly right behind your ear. And don't be afraid to cut some of the hair. Like, baby, you got a whole wig full of hair. Cut that little shit off. Excuse my language, but baby, cut that little shit off for real, for real. See, look at me. Doop. Just dropped it on the floor. But your ears should literally flip right over it. Like, you shouldn't see your hair or nothing. Like, you see how good that look? Like, and then you just gonna take that. I be trying to cut it, but I cut that little piece and I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna rip the rest, because it's not going in my head. So look, it don't even matter. You're gonna do the same thing on both sides. I told y'all, look, my left side, it be needing a little work. So we did that off camera, because that's one where I gotta be all up in the mirror like I can't see. Now, when putting the lace in the glue on your head, you're gonna take, you know how you have the hairline? You're gonna take those little hairs and put it right a little bit, just a little bit, right before the glue. Not directly in the glue, but before the glue. You're gonna take your fingers, you're gonna press it in, and then you're gonna take your comb and you're gonna comb it in to make sure that that lace is in the glue and you don't have no hair in the glue. You see that? Boom. I could have burned the lace over, but I don't really like shit by my ears, so this is perfect to me. Always do it for what's good for you, not for what's good for me. I'm just giving you the steps by steps on how to do it. Then we're gonna apply the right side. I already had cut the ears off. I did it off camera because, well, the left side. Sorry, that was just the right side, but the left side, because that side is a little more work. You see how I'm over there looking like, I'm focusing, y'all. I'm focusing. But I feel like I can do the middle with no ease. I miss when wig companies sold like closure wigs and not these glueless wigs, because I don't give you no lace for real. Like, if we had that much lace on the wig, baby, my closure installs back then used to eat. But now they just want to give me these glueless wigs with these little flower edges and take it back. I don't want to wear no glueless wig anyways, because they don't be glueless for you. You gotta put something on that motherfucker. They be lying. It's a scam. But I always take the base of my comb in the middle and I kind of like put the back end and I make sure it's in there and I comb it as well. I don't know why the girl, whoever plucked my lace, she did like lines. It just looks crazy. I ain't gonna lie. And then I didn't notice that she put a hole in my lace until it was time for me to do my edges and all that. Just don't get me started on that. But that's how it looks after it's on. And then you're going to take the same little olive oil spray or Godspeed, whatever you choose to use. You're going to spray it on your finger and do the same thing that you did with the cap. You're going to do it to the lace before you put the band on. And I do use two different bands. I use a thick band when I still have the lace on my head like this. And I use a thin band when I cut it off. But you're going to take it, you're going to smear it in, and on top of you smear it in, I'm going to spray it. Because we trying to make sure that motherfucker perfect. Then again, here go yo handy dandy reliable. You don't want that thing to air dry. You be sitting there for an hour. I'm not with that. It's not that. I'm telling you. So you're gonna blow it and you want to make sure that it's dry. You don't want it too sticky, because then it's gonna be on your band. If your lace band comes out dirty or like it has glue on it, that means that the glue wasn't dry and it wasn't ready. So what I do to make sure that that thing is tight, I stretch out the band, then I wrap it around my head, then I tie. You know how you tie your shoestring? I tie it like that, and then I clap the little crochet Velcro thingy into each other, and then I let it sit. Now I ain't came. I'm not letting no band sit for an hour. I'm gonna pull out that handy dandy blow dryer after I get it right and I figure out if it's on my head. And I ain't gonna lie, your ears will be hurting, but pretty hush, shine a light on whatever swerve. Don't troll me. But yeah, you're gonna use that blow dryer to make sure the process dry a little bit. I did sit there for a little bit, but it wasn't no hour because that heat was hot. I told y'all my eyelashes messed up. But while the band's sitting on there, I kind of used the blow dryer heat to kind of like, I wouldn't say pre-press, but give it that press look, because heat gonna get the hair right. So if you see how before I start blow drying it looked, and then how I start blow drying it kind of made sure to get that look. I can't really explain it. You don't have to do this stuff, but this is what I do because I like my wigs to look like they Brazilian Indian bust down type of hair, you feel me? And sometimes if I feel like the wig is too ugly, I go wet it and then re-blow dry it so it looks good. So like, you see how this look compared to how it looked before? It don't look so good. Now it's time to take this wig band off and see how it look like. That's what I was talking about, them little lines. But we gonna fix all of that. Just keep watching and stay tuned. But I just feel like I look so cute. Like, ooh. You see how that thing look like? Scalp. And I ain't even cut it off yet. Like, it looks so good. So I know we said we was gonna cut it into 3, but after we gonna cut that motherfucker into 4. I just split the middle one down in the middle. I split the middle piece in the middle. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Then I cut it off. Again, this is another process where you gotta take your time. Please take your time, because you mess this up, ain't no going back. When it comes down to that lace and that ball cap, these are 2 things that you really have to take your time with. And then I'm gonna come back when it's time to do the last piece, because I really need to focus. So yeah, this is me taking off the little last part. And then you see how it's like a white cast. We're gonna fix that white cast. It's always supposed to be a white cast. If it's not a white cast, that's some ultra HD lace. It's a brush I got from the beauty supply store, but it really wasn't nothing. It was like that same brush. But you're gonna take that brush and you're gonna put it into the same makeup that you put on your wig cap when you was doing your ball cap method. And don't make it like cakey, because then that's another thing that plays in it. Just put like a light layer, dab it into your makeup, blow it off a little bit, and just smooth it in there. You're gonna use the little even spray, olive oil spray, whatever spray you want to use. You're gonna use that immediately after. I always spray it first and then I go behind after I spray it. I don't be spraying OD, and I kind of spray it far. Like, don't spray it too close to your head, because then it's gonna be wet and drippy. You don't want that, because then it's gonna take forever to dry. Then it's gonna be all on your lace band and all that stuff like that. But you're still gonna press it in. You're gonna put your finger and press it into there. Then you're gonna blow dry it, because again, if it's sticky, do not put that band on, because then your wig gonna come off with the band. See how I use that thick band? Then it's a small band. So I used a small band after I cut my lace. That's what I was talking about. It's like a little thinner. And I actually put it directly on the lace. Like, the middle of the band should have a lace on it. And I ain't gonna lie, right here, your ear is gonna be hurting. Because sometimes I put it on my earring. I'm surprised I ain't got no hole in my neck from putting this dang on band so freaking tight. And I do it the same way. I tie it like I'm tying a shoe. And then I put the Velcros together that way. Then I adjust it to make sure it's fitting on there. I press it into my forehead, and then again we're gonna use that blow dryer, because we're not finna sit here for no band for no hour. I don't know what type of time she got on her hand, but we don't got that type of time, you know. While my band is sitting there melting and doing what it gotta do, I kind of like go in and pre-part, and we're gonna pre-press. This ain't the final press, but you know, we had the blow dry, then we gonna press, then we really gonna press when it's time to style and all that stuff like that. But I go in, I part, and I think when I was doing this part, this is how I really noticed she gave me a bald spot when I was pressing my hair out. And I was like, bruh, no way. And I was really praying that it didn't mess up the install and it didn't look funny. I was trying to give myself a side part, but I really didn't want a side part. I asked my Instagram, like, should I do a middle part, side part, whatever case. Middle part won, but I really should have did that side part. Now, this flat iron is extremely fucking hot. It goes to 450. Some flat iron my mom be using, she a Lexus stylist. But look at that press. Like, just one little go through. Look. You see how that don't look? Like, ooh. Now, this one was like halfway through one side. And then this is like the finished product of like the pre-press. You see how good it looks? Like, I really did that press. The hair looks so good. I look so good. Now we're gonna take this band off. And you see how the hair look? Like, don't mind the lines. We're gonna fix that. That's just how Shawty plucked it, and then the glue that's been on it. But you see how that thing look? To fix the lines, you're just gonna take the comb and kind of just like comb, rake it. Well, I don't know what you want to call it, but you see what I'm doing. But yeah, you see how their hair looks. Then we're gonna actually go through and define the part. I did my edges and all that stuff off camera because that's something I'm not really good with, and that's something that I really need to focus on. And I ain't gonna lie, I should have did no edges with this wig, but I'm not used to walking around with no edges. Like, it was eating with no edges. And I also since this wig was blonde, I took like this brown little makeup stick. I don't know, it's something I got from Beauty Supply store. And I put it down the middle to give me that line because I didn't want to mess up the pluck, and then I couldn't fix it. Because if I mess up the pluck with a black wig, I just take a little comb, put it in the middle, spray it with black spray. But I can't do this with brown. I could have, but the brown wouldn't have been the same, and I needed to stay how it was. But you're going to take your hot comb, because I kind of want that little, I wouldn't say curtain, butterfly, whatever you want to call it, that little hump look in the front. So we use that hot comb to try to push back as much hair to make it as flat as possible. And then yeah, we did our edges off camera, and this is me actually pressing the hair and styling it for real. My mom, she cut layers in it, fringing, whatever you want to call it. I had to go behind her and fix it. I ended up making the hair oilier on one side when I was doing the pre-press. I ended up putting like a little heat protectant on it, but I ended up putting too much on one side. So one side looks fluffier than the other. One side looks a little thinner or like silkier, which was a mistake on my end, but that don't got nothing to do with the install, boo. It's still eating, you feel me? You see that bump, that little hump? Like, this hair looks so good. Now this one side done, then the other side is not. You can kind of tell the difference within them as I'm doing it. Like, you see that? See the side I'm doing, then you see the side I'm not doing. You can see. But the side that I end up making oilier was the side that I wasn't doing right now. See, like, that's one side finished, and then this the other side when it's not finished. You see the difference? And it took me a little minute to do them edges. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because Shawty just messed me up. But this is the look. This is the ending of how it looks. You see how the left side looks a little more like thinner than the right, but that's because it was a little bit oilier. But I went home the next day and I fixed all that. So yeah, I feel like I look so cute, but I feel like that no edge look would have ate me piss. But I'll probably try a no edge look on some black hair, but just not this hair. I just feel like I look so good, and I really hope that y'all learned something and y'all got my perspective. And yeah, I'm just so beautiful. Stay tuned to the end. Y'all thought we was done, but we wasn't. It was just music in my background. I'm not trying to get copyrighted, but this is the final look. I hope y'all really like it. I do. This side oilier than this side because I used to wax stick more to make it a little flat and give it that little hump there. I wish I could have showed y'all the edge process, but I ain't gonna cap. That joint took me about 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you, but oh my gosh, I love it. I'm gonna go home and spray some dry shampoo in it or whatever to try to get this side looking like this side, because on this side it appears to be more layered, but it's really the same length. It's just this side shiny. So you know when shiny hair be thin, but I don't even like it like this. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe.